Hey, what's up, Enrico? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. About the cold outreach Instagram and about all of this niche and how people can actually do that, use it, and make more money. This is our goal today to make this very simple so everyone can learn. Um, and yeah, if you can please tell me a bit more, like about first of all about cold DMs. Not everyone know about the tool. So, what is this tool? What is it doing? And also about yourself. That would be super.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna start about myself. It's quite a simple story. So basically, my name is Enrico, obviously, and I've pretty much been in the marketing, designing, motion designing. Pretty much, I've done everything known under the sun to pretty much like get my foot into the door. Um, but where my heart and where my passion lies is in within automating like repetitive tasks, things that like can pretty much. Sorry, can we restart it? Is it possible?
Yeah, sure. Like to do what do you mean? Like
The live. Can we restart the live? Is it possible?
it's already on live.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, sorry,
No,
I just need to go to the bathroom quickly. Okay, anyways,
no, if you want,
yeah. So pretty much just sorry.
if you want, you can go for a few minutes. It's okay, and I will just
No,
like
no,
keep
no.
talking.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So pretty much like I've been in this space for a couple years, and I've had my fair share of successes and failures. Obviously, I started an agency, like a ads agency, about 3.5 years ago, and we were helping chiropractors pretty much automate their patient flow acquisition system from the ground up. So whether that be by emails or whether that be by sending cold DMs, so I've always been pretty much in the automating space. And then when I met Carson about a year and a half ago, we instantly clicked. Carson is an absolute fantastic guy. He's the owner of Cold DMs, as you know. And pretty much Carson has pretty much helped me build out my system on cold DMs. And the more I used cold DMs, the more well versed I got in cold DMs. And then I started selling it to clients because it was working for me. So I was like, if it's working for me, I can sell this to clients. And it's basically simple. It's just sending DMs on Instagram. And yeah, there's a few components, obviously, like some technical stuff that you obviously need to know how to run cold DMs. But other than that, that's totally fine. I think with cold DMs, there is only like 4 or 5 ways that you can pretty much like build a solid stream of income. And the income stream for me was like primarily the first one was that cold DMs is automated, right? So it's really quick and it's really efficient. The second thing is that you can pretty much outreach to any target market whatsoever. Sorry about the dogs. Anyways, the third thing is that you can pretty much like uh, create any sort of campaign that you obviously wish, right? Like there's you can outreach to anyone, you can send any message you like. There's a lot of personalization taking place with this. And the last two things are probably the most important things about cold DMs. The second last thing is that cold DMs has like a great ecosystem like of people, right? Like there's a group called the cartel, and everybody is basically like a family in there. And so once you join cold DMs as a new client, or when I first joined, I absolutely felt at home here. And they really make you feel like you're part of like this cold DMs family in some sort of way. And that kind of just keeps you in there as well. It makes you want to do more and use the tool and get the best out of the tool and stay obviously on the tool for as long as you possibly can. And then the last thing is that automation is easy, right? Like it's way easier than manually sending DMs. Like you can go and get an appointment setter and you can use this appointment setter, but it will never be able to do the volume that Cold DMs does. And for that reason, the last thing is called it's built for absolute scale. Like if you're a business owner and you're looking for something to use, obviously Cold DMs is a perfect place to go, because it's built for scale. It's built to run hundreds and thousands of accounts for your business that pretty much message people every single day. And like you said, with leads, like Give Me Data can obviously supply them with the leads, and then Cold DMs can pretty much connect them with those leads. So it's basically a really fantastic 5 step or things that I really pretty much just like about ColdDMs, and pretty much why I like using ColdDMs in the first place.
That,
Um,
um,
yeah,
you can see like how much you have like passion for that. This is really good. Like, can see that
yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah, I'm totally in with you. And like to have these kind of tools, you know how to control and how to use them to get your own goals. That's amazing. And yeah, I would love you to share even. Let's see if we have some questions for from the guys. Guys asking, how can you pass the requested message part, and how do you begin your message? So maybe if you can, before even this question, if it's okay, maybe you can share the screen and show us how what is called DMs, like the website, how you do everything, and including this part. That will be awesome.
yeah. So first of all, I'll just quickly answer the question: how can you pass the message requested part, and how do you begin your message? So usually, the first thing I do when I scrape leads is I make sure that I don't scrape private profiles, because you cannot message private profiles, and you can message private profiles for the most part, but usually when you message private profiles, you're going to get a message requested or a request sent into their inbox. And also the quality of leads. Is your Instagram accounts aged? There's a lot of different factors that goes into like how you get past the requested message part. And there's a lot of factors. For example, is your account older than 5 years? Uh, are you doing daily activities on your account? So Instagram restricts certain features for certain types of accounts that don't follow their criteria, obviously. Or if you're spamming people right off the bat with a new account, you're obviously going to land in the requests um, more often than people that actually just buy an old aged account, warm the account properly, use the account like a normal account. And usually you can hire VA to do this. And how do you begin your message? Usually, how I like to start is just with a short icebreaker. So I would say something or something about their business, so they think that I'm a customer. And at the end of the day, we'll just strike up a conversation pretty much on how exactly I can help him instead of me being his customer. Obviously, that's not the case. Um, so you can just start with something like, "Hey, can you tell me more about your pricing?" And usually they will answer you. Yeah, obviously, because every business owner wants to tell their potential customer about their pricing, and you could just go from there.
That's smart. That's great. Thank you for the answer, Enrico. And Minecraft asking, do you automate call DMs or send them manually?
So ColdDMs is automated platform. So everything is automated. Like you can pretty much send messages on ColdDMs on autopilot, like as much as you want. Like there's no manual things except for the setup. Obviously, like there's no automation tool where you don't require any setup. You at least have to press a couple buttons and enter a couple text and scrape some leads with give me data, and then and put the leads into the system, and then we go from there. But it's all completely automated.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Christian, good to see you. Cool. Yeah. So maybe you can show us. I would love to see how everything
Yeah.
is working and to share your screen with the guys and the girls so everyone can see. I'm pretty
Okay.
excited for that. That would be awesome.
Okay. Let me just quickly do this. How can
Sure.
I share?
You have the button over there of present, like on Zoom.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just quickly going to share my screen with you.
Awesome.
Uh, I just need to sign into Cold DMs quickly. One
Sure.
second.
Guys, if you have any more questions, so feel free to type it over here, and Enrico will be happy to answer. And yeah, we're going to show how to do everything pretty much automatically to get, as I said, like the best leads and to automate all of the call DM process. I think that many of the people over here have some agencies or different type of business that we don't really use the benefits of the call DMs, right? Because we can send everyday DMs, and Rico will say exactly how much and like how to do it in general, and you can get everyday new leads. So even if you have like a funnel which you get clients from, I don't know, paid ads or SEO or your content. So with the call DMs, you can get much more leads and to automate everything, which is great.
Okay,
And
so I'm going to quickly share my screen here. So I've got an empty Cold DMs account, so I can basically help everybody set it up from scratch and show them how to set it up.
awesome.
Um, okay. Can you see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
I can see. Yes, guys, let us know if you can also see the screen.
Yeah. So pretty much how cold DMs works is like it all based off campaigns, right? So like we're gonna go and create a campaign together, right? So we're just gonna name this, for example, give me data. And then I'll also show you how you guys can use Give Me Data in order to actually send these messages. Okay. So you're just going to name the campaign Give Me Data. You're going to put a little bit of a description. For example, like Give Me Data influencer campaign. I don't know why they would need leads, but that's okay. You can set a custom time. So, for example, if you're in EST time, this is like basically defaulted to EST time, but you can set your time zone in settings. For me, I'm just going to use EST time. So I want my automation to run from 3 a.m. in the morning to around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I wanted to send around 40 to 50 messages a day. So I'm going to set 40 to 50 here. So each day is going to be different. One day is going to send 41, the other day it's going to send 42, and so forth. And obviously, just randomly every single day. So then what happens then is we're going to go here and we're going to upload. So I have a bunch of leads already uploaded here. So if you want to upload your leads, you're just going to go to file here, upload the leads list, and then it will obviously populate here. But for now, I'm just going to select the leads list that I already scraped. I'm going to select this one over here, and then I'm going to click continue. And then here's where you can pretty much personalize your outreach. You can have up to, let's say, 8, 9, 10 variants, like, oops. Okay, I actually have an example campaign here, but let's go back. I just actually went out. Oops. Give me data.
Looks super simple. I like that. Like very simple, very.
Yeah, it's super easy to set up. I think anybody who's like smart enough to pretty much do marketing online is smart enough to use ColdDMs. It's very easy and it gives you really good results, guys. Like seriously. Anyways, so basically, like once you have your leads list, just gonna select it here. Once you've scraped it, then you're going to start adding your messages. This is the message that you're going to send to people on your Instagram. So I'm going to give you a variant. So usually what I do is when I create these variances, I do the first one like this. I'm going to go with hey, and then I'm going to mention their first name. So you can just click here so you can actually mention their first name in the message. You're going to go, hey, first name, can you tell me a little bit about your prices? I might have some people who are interested. So this person will then respond to you, obviously, because everybody wants clients, right? So then you're just going to go in here, and then I'll change up this variation. I'll say, can you tell me? Can you tell me about your past results for clients? So then that's variant number 2. Then I'm going to do variant number 3. And you get the point. You're just going to pretty much like change all 5 variants in here. Okay. So then we have pretty much all of the variants set up. Then you're going to click continue. You can even add follow-ups. So let's say they don't respond. You can respond with a question mark or whatever. Then what you're going to do is you're going to log in. So this account is already attached to another account. I'll just attach it real quick. All you do is you select the account, right? And you click continue and your campaign is done. So basically you just set it up quickly and it starts sending messages, and you can do this for hundreds of accounts. And the easiest thing now is, right, all you have to do is pretty much in ColdDMs itself, you just have to select all of the accounts and they will just start running. Obviously you can buy accounts, you can do pretty much everything. So you can just go here to open campaign. Let me just deselect this quickly, go to accounts. I'll do this, just turn it off, and then I'll go into the Give Me Data campaign. Then I'll refresh it quickly just so I can actually enable this account. There we go. Then I'll just click save. Then I'll go to my Instagram. If I'm logged into Instagram, that is. Oops. Oh, okay, I don't remember my password for my Instagram now, but like pretty much this is all you do. You just select the account here, and when your account is obviously logged in, it will show online here, and you can go to the on here. Wait, you can go here. Sorry, I uninstalled it for this stream. So you just go here. You go add the Chrome extension for ColdDMs, right? And that's all you do, like this. Then you go back into ColdDMs. You just select the ColdDMs icon, press start, and then the Instagram tab will open up here. And this account will obviously become online if you're logged in. You just click save, and then the campaign will start. Then you will see very shortly that messages are being sent, that you're getting replies, and you can also see your reply rate here. So how many people respond out of how many messages you obviously send. And another cool feature about ColdDMs is that we have a Unibox, right? So I can go in here and I can manage all of my conversations. Um, for example, here, right? I sent this guy a test message on March 10th, 6:40 p.m., right? This is obviously an empty ColdDMs account. So you say, hey, I saw you on Shark Tank. I was wondering, are you still looking for investment? Hi. So then you can pretty much follow up with these people. For example, this guy send me a message back. He replied to me. I said, hi, how are you? So you can send pretty much whatever message you like and see who replies to you, who doesn't reply to you. You can go into unread. So you can see here that there's unread messages in here. There's everything in here. So once the account is obviously logged in, it's going to sync back up and it's going to give me all of like the replies and stuff that I actually got. But for now, the account's obviously not logged in, so it's not syncing with the inbox. But like if it's synced, all the conversations that you have will obviously appear here. And you can literally, if I move this out of the way real quick, you can literally go in here, you can type whatever you like, you can send them a message or send them a follow-up, doesn't matter. You can add quick replies, and pretty much that's it. You can pretty much like do everything, go into settings. You can change. So right now I'm in South Africa, so my time is set to Africa Johannesburg time. But like obviously, like once you, if you're in the United States and you want to use EST time, you could just go here and type in EST, and it'll obviously show up there. You can also see the browsers that you're currently using. So I can see here this browser, this specific browser is online. I don't have connectivity issues, right? And once the account is logged in, the account name will appear here. Obviously, it's not logged in. Like if it's logged in, the account name or the username of the account will appear here, and it will show online. And yeah, that's pretty much how you set up ColdDMs. Um, it's very, very simple. It takes less than, let's say, 10, 15 minutes to set up like a whole ColdDMs campaign. It's very simple, very efficient, and I recommend everybody obviously like use ColdDMs. It's absolutely fantastic.
Thank you, Nico. Derek, a good guy, is asking, isn't 30 recommended though for safety? Like 30
Hi.
DMs a day?
Yeah, so I actually know Derek. Derek is also one of my clients. Hi, Derek. How are you doing? So yeah, so when you're sending messages, it's best to obviously stay safe, but you can do 50 messages or more if you really wanted to. But the chance of your accounts getting banned is obviously higher. So I usually recommend to all of my clients to just do 30 to 35 messages uh, a day on their accounts, not more than 30 to 35 a day. Just keep it safe. So Derek, you're absolutely correct.
That's good. I have also one question about the statistics. So let's say, I don't know, send 40 or 50 messages. Do you have a feature in Cold DMs? I can see like how many messages I sent, how many replies I got, like kind of like statistic, you
Yeah,
could
so
say?
I actually went over that like when I was explaining. So there's in the header bar, yeah, you can see how many messages in total you send, how many messages per day you send, how many replies per day you get. There's a lot of different things. You can see your reply rates, all this type of stuff. And for the people that are like data crazy, that absolutely love data, the the best thing that you can do is with Cold DMs, as there's not an official API yet, what I do is I have a separate tracking sheet, which pretty much track daily replies, daily messages, all this type of stuff, and then pretty much expand on that specific data set as well. For example, like I would track my book meetings, then I will know exactly like how many replies I need to get a book meeting, for example, or how many Loom videos I need to send during my process to get another booking. So my data is specifically clear because obviously CodeTMs doesn't have an API. So I built sort of like an API with just a couple hours of human input. Obviously, you can pay for virtual assistant to take care of that for you. Yeah.
That's super smart. A guy is asking, and how do you proceed from there? Do you automate the conversation, or you go one by one and talk to the leads?
Yeah. So the lovely thing about automating conversations is that you can further automate it if you wish, or you can have someone actually in the DMs doing the talking for you. Now, obviously, in the Unibox, all the conversations of all accounts are in one place, and you can talk to them if you first want to kind of find your rhythm. That's usually what I tell people: like find your rhythm first, right, and then employ a VA to do it for you, or completely automate the task. Because if you already have like an AI, for example, trained, you already know what the vibes are going to be like in that DMs, what you expect, what type of people you want to work with, like how you talk, this type of thing. If you want to train an AI or train a VA to talk like you obviously need to know how to do this first. So it's always best to be in the DMs first. I was managing almost like 800 accounts on my own, just like overall. So you can imagine I was in the DMs like 16, 17, 18 hours a day, literally sleeping almost nothing, trying to find my rhythm. And once I got my rhythm, I knew exactly how to train a VA, knew exactly how to train my staff in order to actually manage those conversations. So absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So
Super.
so yeah, I always recommend that you go into the DMs first and then automate the DMs later with AI or with an appointment setter or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super smart. Yes, that's cool. What about, let's speak about the accounts. Maybe you can share, or maybe it's only for clients. I don't know, like, because for example, if you send the messages for your main account, that's amazing, and it's probably aged account, and you have some record and trust with
Mhm.
it. So let's say I do that, but I do need to get more accounts to send more and more DMs to scale. Do you have any recommendation for the people, like where to get these accounts, how to own them up, like what to do with the scale part?
Yeah, so pretty much like the accounts that I usually use are 5 years or older. I don't buy accounts less than 5 years. Usually you can find these accounts on z2u.com. So I don't know if you can put that on the screen, or if you have z2u.com. Also, what is the other one? Bulk accounts buy. That's another one. So bulkaccountsbuy.com essentially. The next one is accounts market. And then there's another one that I like to use, which is called Zip, but like their website is very like frugal. So like there's a Telegram chat that I usually use to connect with the people from Zip, and they have like also a bunch of different accounts from a bunch of different social medias. You can buy email accounts, Instagram accounts, Twitter accounts, all this type of stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, if you can please share with me the link of the last one, that would be great. You can send me on Telegram, or you can put it here on the chat.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
literally it's zipaccounts.com. Zipaccounts.com. I don't know. Their website is down and off, and like yeah.
oh,
So
okay.
usually like that you'll find like a little Telegram link on there. I've been using them as well. I haven't used them in a little bit, but yeah, their accounts are also fine, and they supply 5 years or older accounts. And then you can obviously go into the Cold DMs group and ask. There's a bunch of people that are selling accounts there too. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So you have a group for clients, or also for potential clients, or like a Telegram
Yeah,
group?
so Carson, the group is filled with people who use cold DMs. So there's around 600 people in the group,
Wow,
and pretty much all of them have or are still using cold DMs to this day. So yeah,
that's awesome.
so you
Cool.
can
Yes.
ask in the group if you have any questions. You can always DM me, DM Carson, pretty much DM anyone if you need support, and we're always there to help as well.
Super. So then after like you buy the account, you probably like customize them with like photos, posts, and all of that, or you're already buying them that it comes with everything and just plug them to call DMs and that's it.
Yeah, so pretty much you buy the account, you optimize it, you post a few pictures, you optimize the bio, you put a link in the bio, you put some highlights, you just make the profile kind of pretty. And then once the profile is obviously pretty, you connect it to cold DMs and you start warming up the accounts and you start sending messages, obviously.
Cool. And do you use any proxies? Do I need to use any proxies
Yeah,
or?
so usually when you're running cold DMs at scale, you need something called a VPS. Now, pretty much a VPS is a virtual private server. You run it on a virtual private server and you pretty much like connect proxies. So proxies are different IP addresses that you connect to the browser. So you use a proxy browser, which allows you to browse on different types of proxies. and then you use a VPS to run this proxy browser with all the proxies. And then on each one of those individual proxies, like you attach an individual Instagram account. So you have basically 300 different Instagram accounts, for example, running in 300 different locations across the US. So Instagram obviously doesn't detect where exactly you are, how exactly you are pretty much like doing like outreach. So they don't pretty much tie one account to the other, right? I know it sounds super complicated, but it's actually very simple. Once you do it one time, you get the hang of it. Yeah.
For sure. Yes. And if you have your support, like in all of the Cold DFs groups, so that's easy. Guys asking, can you share more details in terms of the total cost of the process and the ROI expected from it?
Yeah, so you get two types of people within the Cold DMs ecosystem, and I've noticed this from my clients, from like the people that ask me for help. You get two different types of people. You get the people that get results, and you get the people that don't. Right? So the people that don't usually like they do something wrong, and they're the person that's holding themselves back from not getting results. Because if you're sending DMs out to a bunch of people, right, you need to understand your business, right? You need to understand what you're selling to people. You need to have a good offer. So if you don't have a good offer, you have a bunch of different offers and you're trying to just sell all of them to this one specific person, it's never going to work. You need a really good offer that people actually want, right? And then you can expect the ROI from it. With cold DMs, I always say that you will make at least 3 times the money that you put in with cold DMs, like in the first, like, let's say 60 days that you use cold DMs, right? So if you have 10 accounts running and you spend like, I don't know, 400 and something bucks on these 10 accounts per month, I expect you to make at least, let's say, $4,000 to $5,000 in that specific 60-day period, like when you're actually doing it. So I would say usually the ROI is like 4 to 5 times the money that you put in. Yeah.
That's
Because
cool.
if you're having good conversations in the DMs and you know how to talk to people, you know you have a good offer, all this type of stuff, and you've got all the things covered, your accounts are well optimized, your system is running well, and then you have no problems with getting a really, really good ROI from it. And going into the cost of cold DMs, usually when you're running 20 plus accounts at scale, so I don't work with clients that run less than 20 accounts because for me it's not worth my time. Unfortunately, that's just the way that I operate. But like if you're running above 20 accounts, your monthly cost will be around $1,300 a month. Yeah. So in 2 months' time, you'll spend around 2,600, and you'll probably make around $6,000 to $7,000 to $8,000. Yeah.
Super. Yeah. So like we can say that you have like 3 days free trial, first of all, so you can just test it out.
Yeah, so you
Then
can test it as well. There's a free trial. Yeah. That's how
that
I started with this. I also started on a free trial. Yeah.
yeah. And then you can also start like with one account, which I can say it's like 99 a month. So pricing I think very reasonable. Definitely you
I
can
would
play with
always say start with five. Like one is manageable, five is also manageable. So like the more you start with, the better chances you have of making a lot more than just making your money back. You understand? So like
yeah.
the more accounts you have, the higher your odds of actually like connecting with a person that's actually has the funds to obviously pay you. Yeah. And that's gonna love your offer, obviously.
Cool. Super cool. Yes. Any more thing that you think and record will be beneficial to share, like about stuff that you think will be like good to know about the software and what
Yeah.
is
Yeah, so if you like run an agency like I did before, this tool actually slaps, guys. Like I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like I was actually dumbfounded when I first like started using cold DMs because I couldn't reprehend the level of results that I was getting. Like it like for example, it allowed me to go to Brazil for 8 months, like which I would have never been able to done before, right? So like I went to Brazil, I traveled to Dubai, I came back to South Africa to visit my family. In like 3 months' time, I'm going to Kosovo, which is like a country in Europe somewhere. Then I'm going to Vietnam. So Cold DMs really like opened up so much like space for freedom to just grow within my life. And definitely within your agency, it saves you a lot of time. And you can hire 2 staff, pretty much a systems person and a VA that books you meetings. And you can have these meetings on the fly wherever you are in the world. And if you really are seeking freedom as an agency owner and you're trying to live the digital nomad lifestyle, you could say, like me, like ColdDMS is absolutely perfect for your business. Like there's no doubt about it. Sorry,
Amazing.
what is that question
So,
that he asked? How do
Guy,
you get
what's
the account names that are relevant to your business? So I think you can just go to ChatGPT essentially and just account names that are relevant to your business. So like leads. So I will give the floor to you, Addy, and just explain how they can get relevant leads for their business. Because I think this question is more addressed to you than to me.
Yeah, I will answer. Thank you, and thank you, Guy. So Guy, I think that my suggestion is to try to focus on one specific audience that you can solve his problem. So for example, if you want to get, I don't know, like plastic surgeries in LA, so let's go and find them. And or if you want to get social media agencies to offer them your service, so let's go to find them. I have a first of all, we made actually a blog post about cold DMs and how to use them with Give Me Data, but maybe I can just give you some two examples that you can try and have a look. So one second, I will share the screen just about showing you some tips about the data scraping, and you can definitely take it from there. So one sec. Cool. Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
I can see your screen. Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. So two things you can do. One thing is to use Give Me Data, which is a platform where you don't need any accounts, scrapers, proxies. We just scrape everything for you, including followers of verified accounts. Okay, so if I know that Alex Mosi followers are my relevant audience, I want to sell some entrepreneur stuff, I can sell that. Or if I want to scrape people who use hashtag, I don't know, for courses, online courses business, so I can get them also from here and get the hashtags and get their data as well, which is super, super cool. This is one thing you can do. Of course, you need to think about which audience is actually relevant for you. With the verified people, by the way, we don't have any limits. We can scrape on average around 90% of their followers. This is one tip. Second tip for you, it's to use the following formula with Google. So Google actually indexed all of the data from Instagram and from any kind of social media platform. You can use this specific formula, which is saying I want to get data from Instagram with no photos, no reels, no TV, no stories, and no explore feed. Then you can put any type of keywords of your targeted audience. For example, I don't know, let's go with the plastic surgeries because I know many people like to sell to these guys. Not sure exactly how to write with no, yeah, so plastic surgeries, and I don't know, want New York. So if you type like that, you will find many, 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 many relevant accounts. Of course, you don't need to manually go and over and scrape them by yourself. You can do this with Phantom Booster, TextIU, Scrapebox, many other
Yeah,
tools.
there's one called Instant Scraper as well, which you can basically just it scrolls and then it just clicks the buttons for you and just scrape everything on that specific keyword as well.
Exactly. Super, super easy. And yeah, I don't want to get too much into the details about that because we focused today about the cold DMs, but I actually made a cool guide. This is about OnlyFans, but not really. You can customize it for any type of audience that you want to get if you have the specific keywords, or just use the Give Me Data with the hashtags and followers. So that's about this part. If you have any questions, so feel free to reach out about the data. But yeah, definitely, I think this is very important part, as Enrico mentioned, to make sure you have the right strategy, the right audience, the right offer, the right copy. So it will actually be beneficial, and you will get you will get answers, and you will get answers from the people that you actually want to work with. Um, yeah. What else? What do you think, Enrico? How do you scrape the data? Like you scrape it from Google or just like from?
Yeah, so I use a application called parser.im, and I also use an application called Growman. So usually my strategy for scraping leads is fairly simple. I use Growman on the one hand, and I use AI in the other. So basically, Growman serves as the data scraping asset, and the AI serves as my filtering asset. So basically, like I will ask Growman, this is a very simple strategy. So let's say you want to target plastic surgeons. There are so many people online that are trying to, like, for example, like do marketing for plastic surgeons. So if you go onto their account, they are following thousands of plastic surgeons or hundreds of plastic surgeons. And if you do that 10, 15, 20 times with Give Me Data, you could literally just scrape the people that these uh, plastic surgery marketing agencies follow, then you will have a bunch of qualified leads as well, like instantly. Then what I do further is I will go to like ChatGPT and I will ask ChatGPT based on the bio information from these specific people that only include people that have this specific keyword, because this is usually the type of people that I want to work with. For example, you get different types of plastic surgery people, so but only with this specific type of person, and then AI will filter it for me. So I will repeat that, scraping the people who they follow like 20, 30, 40 times if I have to, until I collect 20, 30,000 leads, for example. And it's very quick. It can take you an hour, 2 hours to scrape with these scraping tools. Nowadays, they're so fast. There's no like time for you to even think. Then it's done. It's already given you a list. So then you basically put all of those lists into a Google Sheet, and you ask AI pretty much to filter them by bio. And then you just go into AI, ask AI to filter the list to only include this. Then you download it, put it back into a sheet, put it into ColdDMs, and there you have a bunch of qualified leads. It's very, very simple. It's not very hard. And then you can also I've also used the Google formula to pretty much scrape leads. It works perfectly. Just use instant data scraper to scrape it. If those of you that don't have money, obviously, to pay for expensive tools or tools in general, and you're looking for a way that you can do it that takes a little bit longer and more tedious, you can obviously do it that way as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. You have a solution for everything, Enrico. That's great. Thank you very much, guys. Any last questions? Any last things you want to ask Enrico before we will finish? And the same with you, Enrico. Any last things you think that the people need to
Yeah,
know?
I'm gonna
Or...
tell everybody in the chat, just sign up for a free trial, guys. Like it's completely free for 3 days. Just try it out with one account and see how it goes for you. If you get responses and you feel like this thing can work for you, then you literally just go all in and scale out with ColdDMs. So if you need any help, you can always hit me up as well. I'm always there to help. If you are struggling with anything, just let me know. Obviously.
Oh, I can share like you have like a Telegram or a WhatsApp
Yeah.
or...
Yeah, so they can message me on Instagram. So at Enrico VDWW. So two W's. So I'll send it here in the chat.
Oh,
So
great.
Enrico. Oops. Why can't I chat? Oh, there we go. So everybody, if you need to contact me, you can always contact me on Instagram.
That's awesome, Enrico. One sec, I will copy and paste it.
Yeah, so if everybody goes to my profile has been 100% optimized for pretty much like using ColdDMs on my profile. So like my ColdDMs is obviously on my profiles running on the VPS, so I don't have to run anything on my computer. I can just have my meetings. My virtual assistant manages all of my accounts and manages all of my messages and DMs, and they just book me meetings, and I just get the notifications basically. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you just like you already did the hard job. Now you're just like doing the meeting, the fun part, closing clients.
Yeah, so I like talking. I actually like talking. So I like talking to different types of people. And it's fun. Sometimes they reject you. This is going to happen. Sometimes they're angry, but sometimes you really meet some cool people. And I've met some of my best friends who turned from clients to friends at the end of the day. So yeah.
Amazing. Enrico, thank you very much for your time and for your knowledge. Really, really appreciate it. It was a pleasure. And yeah, guys, just sign up. We put the links. Try it for free. Nothing to lose. And get more leads with your tips and your suggestions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys. And thank you for giving me the chance to be on your live. And it's been a pleasure of mine to just answer everybody's questions. It was absolutely fantastic. Thank you. This is also the first time that I've ever gone onto something like this.
Really? You're really
Yeah.
good at that. I think you should do it more. You should do it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay.
I think that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Enrico.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.